Talking is a pain in the ass, but that's okay because we have one last series to talk about, one last game to talk about. This is the Dreamhack ROCCAT Legacy of the Void Championship Qualifiers, aka Dreamhack Winter. We already saw Semper qualify through the winners bracket. We are now in the last final and qualifying, not just round, but match in this best of 3 to see which of these two is going to go to Dreamhack and compete. Spawning here on the bottom right side of the map. For Flipside Tactics, one more time, we've got the purple Protoss, puCK. And his opponent spawning opposite in the far top left. It's going to be the red Protoss HuK. And puCK scouting very early. It is worth noting through HuK's career, and most importantly, our time casting him, he has fallen to a lot of cheese in the past. Primarily a lot to do with proxies and whatnot. So I don't know that that's what puCK might be thinking about right now. Obviously, it's not going to be a 3-gate or something so silly, but still you worry and wonder just how he plans to play this out. Now he goes for the middle of the 2 bases, same tactic as before. Scouts, okay, my opponent's not in the top right. Maybe I'll go for that proxy robo. If that's going to be the case, HuK could be in some danger. We'll see how it plays out. The nice thing about Lilac Crest for the attacker is that it's really hard to force field off your natural base. Even if you cover this wide open ramp here, there's still this one over here. So we're seeing a lot more players just kind of build more towards the diagonal, leading towards the base. That's a little bit better for Protoss, I feel, just primarily because you, of course, have that photon overcharge that goes into it. But regardless, HuK is going to try and take his natural base. Meanwhile, puCK has fully walled off, mind you. No energy or room to squeeze through here. And HuK's going to go scout. Oh dear. Oh balls. So this isn't looking for proxies, this is looking for the base. Keep in mind, it's not fixed spawn locations, and they could have spawned anywhere on this map. It's a big thing for HuK is he will scout that this is fully locked in and walled off. And that's going to raise some alarm immediately. You don't typically do this if you plan to move in, move out, and of course you know your opponent's not going to take a natural base if this is the case. So, if he had actually killed this probe, oh, if he cancels, no cancel, gonna mean this probe actually gets up here to scout. That could have looked very differently. But yeah, puCK has Immortals on the way, and there's no way to scout this. A lot of this is, again, guesswork for HuK. Is there a Stargate? Is the robe on the high ground with a Warp Prism? There's no guarantee or knowledge that this is actually a proxy. But the Adept is going to try and scout, distract a little bit here in the main. Get a couple shots on the probes, actually. There's going to be a Photon Overcharge to deal with this. But heck, even burning 2 Photon Overcharges might not be too bad. Mothership Core should be able to clean this bad boy up. Natural base, though. Almost guaranteed to be forfeit. 2 Immortals are probably when he's going to move out. I'm not sure if he'll wait for any amount of Adepts or not, but he will have, most likely, a Warp Prism following suit. Warp Prism tends to be puCK's weapon of choice, and a really good one at that. For HuK's sake in this... for HuK's sake, guys. For HuK's sake in this game, defending is key. He's on 2 bases. If he keeps this base up, he's going to be really far ahead. His pro production will pick up, and he'll be able to play really well this game. But Blink is on the way. Stalkers are not going to be super effective here versus the Adepts. They will be good versus the Immortals if they get to that point, but puCK's not going to give him time. He's going to just move on in, and let's go for the main, but he's trying to cut this off. Sonic transfer towards the main, trying to walk through the units. I hope he cancels this. I don't think that's a good one to go through. Yeah, look at the fighting the ramp here instead. Going to catch some of the probes that were retreating, but the Nexus is going to be forfeit if he wants to go for it, but not focusing on the Nexus. I guess wants to get to the main and wants to hit these units before force fields come into play. Keep in mind, once that ramp is force fielded, there's no going up or down without a Warp Prism. And it looks like he is just going to be content killing this base. And speaking of the Warp Prism, here it is. So the Nexus is going to go down pretty quick, and puCK, I mean, keep in mind, this is game 3. This determines who goes through to Dreamhack. Which of these 2 players is going to make it all the way through? 2 Immortals lifted up into this. He's going to Sonic transfer up the ramp through the potential force fields, distract as he unloads the Immortals, and now puCK's full army is up here and ready to fight. Now the sad thing is he actually doesn't have anything to shoot up. He'll probably have to warp in a Stalker or 2, I imagine, and yeah, there we go, 3 of them on the way to deal with the Mothership Core, but those pylons are going to be really hard to fight through. He already did this once in that first game, that awkward base trade. He's not going to want to dive through pylons again. Force fields are going to help zone out some of these units, but remember, if anything gets stuck or a little too tricky, he can pick up in that Warp Prism. 6 range guarantees this long pickup. He can definitely save some of these Adepts. Probe's getting pulled by HuK into this. He realizes just how desperate and how all in this situation is. Trying to get us around on the ramp, but puCK wasn't going to let that happen anytime soon. He is devastated the worker count while this goes on, and if this turns into 1 base versus 1 base, puCK is in a great position economically, but picking up and scooping up these units systematically, one at a time, basically blinks them over that force field, down to the low ground. HuK's going to try and focus down that Warp Prism. It is going to fall, but the Immortals remain mostly untattered through this. Now, there's another force field available, and puCK can't really blindly push up here. He doesn't have high ground vision either, which is a real... Well, actually, he's got an Observer. I take that back. I didn't realize he snuck that in. So, the Observer is going to provide that high ground vision for him to actually get shots off. But down to 5 probes, down to 5 workers, as long as he doesn't take any damage at home, that's it. That's game. Good game. Hope you can go. HuK's going to tap out. Ladies and gentlemen, puCK will be your final winner in today's qualifier, joining Semper in Dreamhack at the end of the year. Woo! As I said, though, guys, cheese and all this other stuff has been a weakness of HuK in the past. It's definitely not too surprised that happened just now, but that was a really great play out of puCK. I'm not sure if he just read his opponents or the desperate plea. ZombieGrub did take off earlier, so she didn't get a blast for Twitter, but guys, patreon.com/ZombieGrub or twitter.com/ZGGaming. Make sure to give her a follow. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm going to bed as soon as we're done casting. I'm going to put the qualifiers on replay, so if you guys just tuned in for the North American qualifier and you missed the European qualifier, that's going to rebroadcast the second we're done. Normally we host people, but we're going to play some rebroadcasts for you guys, because we're going to rebroadcast right up until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, when we'll be back for more Dreamhack qualifiers. And then, of course, the morning following that in the morning, we have D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeons and Dongers, Adventures on the High Seas. For those who don't know, I'm bad at D&D. It's my first ever time playing, and I play a bard. What's up? Also, we leveled up last time. Excited for that. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the show. I really hope you got your rocks off playing some, watching some StarCraft. I don't know why I phrased it like that. I don't know what I'm thinking at this point. I'm really tired, guys. If it's not obvious, I'm really, really fucking tired. So, without further ado, one last time, thank you to our sponsors, G2A. If you guys want to support us in a big way, G2A gives us a ton of money every month to produce content with and do cool things. Example, $2,000 TVT only tournament coming up. Why is my camera not focused on me? Fuck you. There we go. We got shirts for sale, we got slippers for sale, we got all this cool stuff. But honestly, if you're buying video games, it makes the most sense to me. Use G2A.com, use promo code BASE. We get money every time you make a transaction. You get a game for cheaper. Everybody wins. And last but not least, Cheers for Gaming. They're going to be doing dailies at the end of the month. We're going to have a lot of tournaments to cast thanks to them. And we are basically casting every single day this month. Exclamation mark schedule in chat. We'll link you to our schedule if you haven't seen it. But I'm going to play 2 minutes of ads and then start the replay broadcast. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope to see you tomorrow. And again, congratulations, puCK and Semper, for winning the Americas qualifiers.